Because we're about to talk about how full of shit CNN is.
Let's do this! Lucas Westfall, bring us in.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of All in a Day's Work. I'm Lucas, and that's Anthony.
I'm Trip, everybody. Welcome back. This is going to be a fantastic episode because, well, you know, we got lots to talk about. And at the end of the day, this country just never ceases to amaze me with the amount of chaos and craziness we're willing to take. And to be honest with you, Lucas, I'm a little bit worried.
Worried? But how can you be worried? We're steadily amazing people.
Yeah, we are. We are also steadily going down a path of chaos and pure, just you know where we're heading. Yeah. But anyways, everybody, again, before we get started, be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let all your friends know what we're about and click that notification bell. That way you get notified of all of our videos and when we go live. And again, if you can, please donate to us. We have all the information for you guys down in the description and allinadays.com. Again, we are not monetized. We're trying to help get that numbers up and get the word out there, do some good work in the community. So do what you can to help us out, donate, it's all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So, are you ready?
Oh, let's do this.
Let's do this.
This is an All in a Day's Work special conversation, a veteran's compromise. That's what I want to title this, Lucas, a veteran's compromise. What does that mean? What does it all mean? What is the compromise a veteran has to make? What is the transition like between veteran or military to civilian? And, well, let's just talk about it. Is cancel culture the new normal? Does that thing even really work? You know what the thing is I'm talking about.
Yeah. The thing that's supposed to help you in case you get the thing.
In case you get the thing, yeah, that thing.
But doesn't really do anything to stop the thing.
Doesn't really do anything to stop the thing where, yeah, that thing. Yeah. We can talk about that and of course. So what does it all mean and where do we go from here? Let's dive into this right here on another.
I think that's the most important thing because we can sit here and talk about the past. We can sit here and talk about stuff that happened last year. We can sit here and talk about everything that is currently going on, but it all goes for nothing if we don't know where we're going. And I think that's the most important conversation to be having.
You're absolutely right. And being that some of the most important people, not that a lot of other people don't matter and are not important, but some of the most important people, I believe, in our country are some of our servicemen and women and our veterans, who I think are beginning to get forgotten about in the aspect of how important they are to our society. How important it is to have a stable force.
I mean, I 100% agree with you, right? So without people to defend the homeland, we wouldn't have a homeland.
It's real interesting that all of a sudden we're able to force people out of the military based on a
different point of view.
A different point of view, yeah.
Absolutely, and
that's mind-boggling, and it's real disturbing to me as a veteran.
It certainly gives the appearance that that you want people that don't think for themselves. You want mindless robots that's going to believe anything that you tell them to believe.
Like the Marine Corps.
Well, even in the Marine Corps, they have a difference of viewpoints.
Absolutely, but if you're talking about mindless robots,
well,
no offense to the Marines, I love you guys. I'm just saying, you guys, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I've only met a few Marines in my time, and my brother happens to be one, so.
Am I wrong as far as their cultish mentality?
I mean, he's certainly an asshole, but other than that, I don't really talk to him that much.
We should ask Hector more about it.
Yeah,
he'll tell us the real truth.
Yeah,
or you could ask Alver.
And on that note, we're gonna go ahead and end this episode.
Pause. Rewind. Let's keep going, bro.
All right. So. On your mind, man.
What's on my mind, man?
Yeah,
motherfucker, shit.
Sounds like you got a lot to say. You got a lot of thinking.
You heard what I was talking about just a second ago, man. I was talking about this veteran compromise. What does it mean to be a veteran now?
Well,
you gonna ask me what I said, and then I'll start talking to you.
Well, you brought up a point that I wanted to talk about.
Write it down and wait your turn, sir. Like you always tell me.
I'd never say that.
Oh, but you always say, "Motherfucker, you always interrupting me. Can I speak?" You always got something to say.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, please.
Well, I don't forgot what the fuck I was gonna say.
Why you cussing?
Piss me off.
Did I? We have a really different audience here. We can't be cussing all the time, Lucas.
That's just how I talk. You're trying to get me to be somebody I'm not. That sounds really familiar.
You want to go there? You want to go there?
We can go there.
So, the veteran compromise. A difference of opinion between Lucas and I here.
Yeah.
He loves the civilian life.
I do. I get to look out for myself. I get to not have somebody tell me exactly what to do, when to do it.
Wait, you mean to tell me as a civilian, you don't have people telling you what you're allowed to do and what you're supposed to do within your life?
Well, I mean, they can try, but that gives me every opportunity to tell them to go somewhere that they probably go.
Wait a minute, Lucas. Are you telling me that in the military, servicemen and women do not have the ability to do whatever they want?
I mean, you know, just like I do, that in the military, you do as you're told. You get told to wake up at a certain time. You get told when to eat. You get told when to go use the bathroom. You get told what to wear.
What about medical in the military?
Man, you can't even take a day off in the military without them knowing about it.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what that means. What does that look like?
Well,
because there's a lot of people out there that don't know.
No, and the military only makes up, 1% of the population?
Mm-hmm. But they're a very important percent of the population. I think that's important. I like to bring that up. A very, very strong and important piece of our population, which is surprisingly still so small in the grand scheme of things, and yet one of the most crucial pieces to our fundamental rights as a civilized society.
Well, I think the concept of service to others is getting steadily lost in this day and age. Back when I was growing up, joining the military was like a high praise, you know.
Yeah.
I do think that it is a very important part. Like I said earlier, without a military to defend your homeland, you won't have a homeland. That's why a nation with borders is so important. That's why we invest so much money into our military. We have the best military out there, and they deserve all the praise for doing the stuff that they have to do. However unimaginable and unthinkable those acts may be, they defend the homeland.
I think that gets forgotten.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely undervalued and underappreciated.
I just want people to imagine for a second. Imagine if your job told you that you had to possibly take somebody else's life for the greater good of your country, and you volunteer to do this job. Like, that's a huge thing to think about, and a lot of people don't think about that. It's like, wait, like, it's just that's what they do. It's like, well, okay, but what about when they get out of the military? What do they do? Like, let's think about this for a second. Let's break down what the military is, right? You have trained killers for the government, essentially. Very organized. I mean, you say what you want, but essentially you're government-trained killers, right? What do you do with those people who that's all that they know to be true or have known for the past 20 years? What do you do with those people when now they're out of the military, navigating through civilian sector of lifestyle, and now they're what they thought was freedom now have been told what they have to do with their body and medical decisions or lose employment and benefits. Real quick. He no longer has control of his own life. How do you think, and I keep bringing this back, this is a veteran's compromise. He's already sacrificed this, or she has sacrificed this in service for the last 20-odd years, right? You get a glimpse of freedom in the civilian sector, and now you don't even have a choice to make a medical decision for yourself.
Yeah.
What kind of compromise are we making here?
Honestly,
we promised the folks raw conversation from the very beginning, and if we're not going to be honest with ourselves here, Lucas,
let me rephrase the question. Then, do you want my PC?
No, I want the raw
answer, or do you want me to just tell you exactly how I feel?
I want the raw, honest. How do you feel about this? Like, honestly, because
I think it's our government's way of trying to induce complete control over our lives, and it's not just the military. I think they want introspection into everything that you do, everywhere you go, who you talk to, what you do with your body, and I think they're not going to be satisfied until each one of us is a mindless, brainless robot that only does what they tell us to do and doesn't question anything.
How interesting! All of a sudden, The Matrix 4 is going to come out. Great time, right? Great timing. Talk about timing.
I don't think the government views us as people anymore. I think they view us as
just a number.
No, as a stable workforce to provide them more money, and we're only here for their benefit and the benefit of their corporate stooges, their corporate backers.
So I guess the real question is, what do you do with those who are no longer providing a benefit to society? What do you do with them?
Well, in the way I view the government, I think what they're going to do is they're going to put on a show like, oh, we care about you guys. We want you guys to be productive members of society. But in my honest opinion, I think if they could get rid of the unproductive people, they absolutely would without making themselves look bad.
You know, I am not trying to sound real tinfoil hat-ish, but all of this that's currently going on is really starting to seem real Black Mirror-ish.
Yeah.
If you really look at what's going on,
I mean, let's
there's some things that are questionable.
Yeah, let's look at this. All right, the government wants to look at the bank accounts of billionaires and.
No. Biden said he wants to go in the bank accounts of anyone who has $600 or more.
If you let me finish, that's exactly what I was going to say.
All right, go ahead.
The government wants to try and look at the bank accounts of billionaires to try and see where they're skipping out on tax laws, but they're going to be looking at anybody with $600 or more in their bank account. I'm pretty sure anybody with $601 in their bank account is not a billionaire.
$600, that's 2 bills.
That's I work part-time 24 hours a week. That's 2 paychecks for me in 1 month.
That's ridiculous. And they want access for what reason?
It's just another reason that it's just like the Patriot Act extended.
I just don't understand.
Like I said, man, this is another way for the government to be extremely intrusive into your life and your privacy. Same thing with a medical bill. Same thing with abortion laws. The government wants complete control over all our lives. They want to know who we're talking to, who we're allowed to talk to. They want to try and censor who we're allowed to listen to. They literally want to control every aspect of our life. And that's why, in my personal opinion, it is so important that we, the people, keep standing up to this tyrannical dictatorship mandates that keeps getting pushed out more and more and more. 20 years ago, it started with the Patriot Act, right? With the bombing of the Twin Towers in 9/11, right? That's where it started. Now it's just keep going down the path, and eventually they're gonna know. We're gonna have to download an app on our phone that's gonna literally tell them every interaction that we have, who we talk to, what we're talking about. Literally, we're gonna be recorded. It's gonna be 1984 in person, in real life.
Implementing that social credit score like they've already implemented,
which also is an episode in Black Mirror.
Like I said, this is real Black Mirror-ish. And everyone who said that this would not happen before a year ago, they wouldn't do this. You're crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're out of control. It's all coming to fruition now. And all of a sudden, it's like, now we can't even talk about it. It's real interesting. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
Until next time.
Stay safe, everybody. Peace.